Hello there, Internet, and welcome back to the demo for GRIME II. And you may be thinking, Demajen, this is still the demo. Why are you not waiting until the game's full release, which is just over a month away? Because people have asked me what my thoughts on the updated demo are. And since I can't tell them that unless I've played it, I figured I'd play it. So on my second monitor, I have got the... It's not exactly a patch notes page, but it is a list of things that have been updated for this demo. So I should be able to see a slice from the next area. Now you could see a little bit of the next area in the previous demo if you knew what you were doing and were patient. But let's not talk about that. There are also new enemy types, new NPC interactions, major reworking of the trait system, visual improvements to the temple area and bosses, difficulty options, and the addition of stun break to replace the rage attacks in the previous demo, and much more. Saves aren't going to carry over, but these saves will apparently carry over into the full game. Now, I am intrigued by the idea of difficulty options. Let's get rid of that. I might as well get rid of this as well because it shouldn't work, but the world changes to your satisfaction, difficulty is lowered. Damage numbers can be further changed through the gameplay settings. Some achievements are locked. Okay, so it's... The world does not change, but you do. Use your many shapes to grow, adapt, and overcome the default difficulty. So you can make it easier, should you require it, which is fine because it's a Soulsvania and it's not for everybody on default difficulty. And if you want to make things easier, go for it. I mean, I have got dozens upon dozens of hours in the original Grime, but I've only ever done one legitimate playthrough. Well, two legitimate playthroughs of the game. And all the other playthroughs and stuff that I did with cheat engine on, because I didn't want to do the combat every single time. You know, I locked my stamina, I locked my health for the mapping and the exploration of stuff. I'm assuming this is all the same. It's still so pretty. I really like the lighting for this. See if I can just grab a screenshot of that. I meant to do that previously, just for new desktop wallpaper, or a thumbnail for the video. Who knows? I'm assuming this is all the same. I should probably read it again, but I'm kind of interested in the gameplay changes rather than story changes. I will absorb. See what I did there? That's me trying to be funny. I shall absorb the story when I actually get to experience it fully. You'll notice that if you've watched any of my demo playthroughs that I often skip the introduction to stuff. You can't skip this though, but that's fine because I like it. Are those speedrunners? Probably not. And there will of course be a speedrunning community for this game. One of the things that I find most entertaining about the Grime Discord, and I am in the Grime Discord, I don't always talk a lot in there, but I do try and keep up with what is going on. There are a number of people in the Grime Discord who absolutely love trying to get through these games as quickly as possible and to get to places that they're not supposed to go yet. Which is why whenever somebody says, can you up the move speed slightly or this, that and the other, it's like, no, don't do that. You will break the game for several people. BP. I am made of hands and I choose to make a hoodie. Alright. Flip. One thing I should probably do, realistically, is... Right, why is this so quiet? Breath? Destroying enemies grants breath. Yes. Have I turned the volume down? It's possible that I turned the volume down for when I was doing things with the map for the demo. No, 60% seems like I don't know. Maybe I'm just... Right, now I am getting some stuttering. Huh. Parry. Oops. Still feels as satisfying as ever. What are you? Oh, damn it. That was the wrong button, but it's fine. Maul axe. Weapons acquired. Does that last longer than it used to? I don't know. Either way. I don't remember whether that's a shortcut back or not. Oh. Yoink. Materials. Oh, did they get a name change? I forget. I still think it's odd that we use the left stick. Oh no, actually I suppose it isn't odd that we use the left stick to look around because of pull mechanics and stuff like that. I think the stuttering's kind of sorted itself. It could have... Ow! 1 second. Oh, sorry about that. Stupid chest issues. Oh, this is the first. First boss, isn't it? And open. Kind of. He's a big hand. The overgrown barrier. I'm just going to be bad. Yep. Yep. I'm just coming off the back of playing Cathedral, Crow's Curse, which also has parrying. This, however, is parrying... Well, I mean, this is parrying on left bumper. I used to be good at the parrying in these games. Well, good might be a strong word. There we go. See? One thing I will say is that the wind-up for the Y attack feels a little bit slow. And I get that it's supposed to be a commitment. Grasp. Grasp things from afar. Yes. I've just thought, have I double checked what recording settings I'm using? Oh, I can't check whilst I'm actually recording. I've just... Normally, I used to normally record in 4K and then scale everything down as required. Back and forth. Oh, we do have a map screen, don't we? But we don't have the map yet. Which is a choice that I continue to dislike. I probably said this in my previous playthrough, but I'm going to say it again. A lot of people have got this idea that I love everything about Grime. It's like, no. This continues to be a thing that I don't like. I don't like wandering around in the darkness. Dried paints. Birthplace. Yes, it does nothing for me as a player. I get that other people like it, and then it adds to the sense of exploration for them. And I may have said this again as well, but I guarantee you that if it was simply an option that you could play with the map unlocking as you'd like I did in Silksong. In Silksong, I installed a mod pretty early on that meant that rooms just opened up as I got to them. None of this bollocks of having to go and sit at a bench and this, that and the other. So I didn't have the full, proper Silksong experience, and I don't feel sad about that in any way, shape or form. And to the credit of people, nobody has actually said, oh, Demajen, you ruined the experience for yourself by not having this. Which was a refreshing change, because some people have in the past said, oh yeah, you're ruining the experience if you don't do blah 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 blah, if you don't play this properly, if you don't, if you don't have the experience the exact same way that I did, you're not doing it right. It's like, I've never understood the kind of selfishness. You play the game. Video games are supposed to be a form of entertainment. Ooh, now, one thing that I did do, and I don't know whether this is carried over. In fact, let me just check this, and I'm going to have to pause the video to do this, because I've got a conversation going on with someone on Steam, and I don't know whether that's going to show up if I... So, 1 second. Okay, I've put stuff over the top of that. Now, I set this up, and I don't know whether anything has... Let's take a quick look at the controls. Because one of the things that I wanted was the ability to use modifiers with these controls. So rather than having the molds, because these work great if you're doing keyboard and mouse, especially with my mouse, because I've got an MMO mouse, so I can just press the buttons on the side if I wanted to play with keyboard and mouse, which I don't, because I don't do 2D platformers. But I wanted the ability to cast the molds using the face buttons. So, ability 1 on square, ability 2 on circle, ability 3 on X. So I set up... I don't know whether this will have saved. I don't know whether this is saved or not. But I set it up so that I could do it the way I wanted to. Once we get some molds, I'll see whether it has actually... Oh, it has still saved it. So I can press L2, and I've got it set to triangle, actually, rather than... Yeah, Yeah, so the temporary one that you can get, which appears... Do I have a mouse cursor? I don't have a mouse cursor. The temporary one that appears in the up position next to where the D-pad UI is in the bottom left-hand corner, I can press L2 and triangle to use that, and then L2 and square to use the one on the left, L2 and X to use the one below. And that felt great to me. It's not reflecting the UI. I did post about it, but I don't know whether this was... Yeah, so you see how it's... In fact, if I... Is this going to break stuff? There we go. That's in the way. 1 second. This is the problem with doing this live, Demajen. You should know better, realistically. If I just put that there for a second, just to show you. So if I press L2 and then triangle, it fires off the ability. And to me, that feels incredibly natural. It feels like... you know, activating abilities is something like Stellar Blade. Hand cloth hands. Oops, I have just fallen off the edge. It's possible. I mean, we can check, can't we? Because that's the whole point of having a demo. Need to actually press the button in order to... No, see, that has not... So it's not... Yeah. Now, the one problem with how I've got this set up is that changing weapon sets is what would normally be done with left trigger. And you can't do that with this. But to be honest, I very, very rarely change weapon sets in these kinds of games. Anyway, asshole. Curled finger has been assimilated. Yeah, for me, this feels much more natural than having to take my thumb off the stick to hit one of the D-pads. In fact, I can't remember whether it even works. Yeah. See, now well, I mean, I need to equip it anyway. But now if I press... Oh, no, it does still work. Ah, it still works, but it means that if I use the... Yeah, if I use left trigger and I've got two weapons equipped, it will switch. So I can, this way I can only have one weapon equipped. So I am limiting myself for a better control. No. Let me qualify that even. I am giving up flexibility for a control scheme that feels better for me. It's not a better control, full stop. It is a control scheme that feels better for me. Which is one of the reasons why I think it would be really cool if it could be implemented in terms of more control customization. I could probably heal. Oh yeah, healing is over time in this, isn't it? Now. Those things can't be parried. Feet. Full set equipped. Can't remember what this was. Fragments. Were those called fragments before? Can't remember. I know that something got its name changed. Aha! Map. So it's not super far in. We're 20 minutes in because I've been rambling. Breaking a seal unlocks the area map. Here we go. Oops. How do I zoom? That's how I zoom. Now, to the best of my knowledge, there haven't been any changes to how this works. We've still got the different map layers, which a lot of people are quite excited by. And some people are laughing at me about. It's like, haha, Demajen, you're going to have to try and map a game with 2 layers. How are you going to do that? It's like, well, A, I've done it before. So I wouldn't worry about that. But I have seen the map of the game, so I know what I'm getting myself in for. Right, let's put the curled finger on. Let's put it on that. How much? Because I can actually level up, can't I? Oh god. This scales on pliability. But I'm also going to have some health. Oh no, I'm not, because I haven't got that much leveling up stuff. Level up juice. Can I climb faster? I forget. Must remember, that's the wrong button. Must remember to use the molds that you steal from enemies because they just overwrite. They are temporary to be used, not stored. That was. I must remember that it is not a backdash in this. Attack enemies to gather paint. Use it to cast equipped molds. Nice. Feels good still. None of you saw that. Don't know what you're talking about. Or that. You all need to pretend that I'm good at video games. See, I just did the exact same thing there that I said not to do. Ah! Shit. Don't die to the hand, Dema. You'll lose what little game of credibility you've got. Which I appreciate is very low anyway. Should be a save point up here. I think? No, wait. No. I love that you can hit things onto spikes. It's such a cool piece of environmental detail. The fact that it's... Huh. Wasn't there a boss through here? I said, I haven't got my... Oh. Shite. That was me not paying attention. Did that just parry it back with the use of a mould? Because I didn't hit the parry button then. Because that's kind of cool, if it did. Ignore those guys. It in some ways it looks quite stiff, and yet it feels very fluid. Hello, shiny purple thing. Were you another weapon? Yes, you were. It looks like fun down there. Come back to that. Use it up. Just get a new one. Huh. How am I getting that? Oh. Oh no, not with grasp. Huh. Mysterious. Ground dash, then immediately jump to move faster. Whoa! I have a feeling that made me jump last time as well. I'm going to have some health because I suck. Holds. Let's have Spike Finger. We're gonna have Spike Finger on there. Thou shalt not suffer a pot to live. I feel like I said that in the previous demo. Right, this is the breath heart. Breath ward. Breaking a breath ward stuns the enemy, letting you grasp them. Grasp to absorb their breath and gain a heal charge. Right, this was the boss, wasn't it? Let's see how badly I can mess this up. Ahem. Ow. I don't remember what this does. Ah. I love this soundtrack. Oh, that was foolish of me. Chose entirely the wrong time to try and heal then. No! Get out of it. Great prey crushed. That feels really smooth. Was that tutorial there before? Because wasn't this the section that I couldn't figure out what I had to do because I'd missed that I needed to grasp the thing? Force regenerates slowly and depletes when attacking or dashing. While force is above the marker, weapon damage is massively increased. Weapon specials use extremely powerful attacks, use force to empower them further. Yes. There we go. So we use it up. It's like a stamina system, but it doesn't stop you from attacking. This is where the NPC is. And I use the word NPC loosely. Always the same stupid question. You're not tired of making the same art over and over again? Words uttered by smug, fickle artists who do not know true love. But when you love something, you never tire of it. You keep discovering it anew and fall in love with it again. For as I watch my fingers spread, then clenched into a fist, I see endless gestures, shapes, potentials. All hidden away in this divine design, this puzzle box. Simple yet brilliantly complex. Now, in the first demo, if you were playing at a specific frame rate, you could actually get up and over here. But I can't remember how to do it, and I'm not one for, at least while I'm being recorded, I'm not one for faffing around and trying to break the game legitimately or illegitimately. That's the kind of stuff that I'll do when I'm playing around in my own time. Not that this isn't technically my own time, but you know what I mean. Now, where do we want to go? Well, here's a good start. Well, there is a pearl. Oh yes, I know where I am. I've been looking at the map recently because, as I said, people were very much with the demo. The demo's updated. Can we get an updated demo map? It's like maybe. And then, of course, because the map in this game is not in any way made the same way as the map in the first game, I had to remind myself how I got the map from the second one, because it's not simply a case of go into the Unity files and pull out an image and stitch it together, which is, of course, what I did for the first game. The first game's map was made up of very large PNG blocks, which made things very simple. That thing that disappeared. One. Fast travel unlocked. Oh, come on, Demo. Interesting that they do not have a mould. And... oh, were they on hands before, or were they just floating? I forget. Item moulds. So these are consumable moulds that we can use. Homing droplets. Oh no, not that one. It's that one. Huh. Well, there we go. That was being really weird. I think it only lets me do it with the D-pad. That could have been the issue. It's this, isn't it? Did I need a heavier weapon, or... no, I just needed to do it enough. What? Oh. Right, now if I remember correctly, I wanted to use that there to grab this to get the embedded nail, which is kind of important as an ability because it allows you to do some weird stuff. Holds. Embedded nail. That can actually go there. I remember what this was. Was this the bubble one? No, that was the homing droplet upgrade. Oh! This was the thing that we talked to and it did stuff with the weapon. By reference. Paint has no meaning until it is stroked and smeared and spread. What reference do you want? Use a weapon to give. Ooh. I've just got my ass kicked. Yes, Grime has a very particular rhythm to it. That's an AoE demo. Oh, that's AoE. Gotcha. Give me that hunt points. Hunt pigment. Used to unlock traits and surrogates. Formless traits. And change between traits at no cost. Okay, and we get the mace back. So it's not like it's lost. Now, it specifically said in the notes that the trait system has been overhauled. Gain 12 force on a successful parry. Gain 20 force when consuming paint to cast a mould. Dashing right before getting hit restores 18 force. Ooh. Ooh. And we can upgrade that as well. Did that save? Yes. I would have to go back and watch my previous footage. Throwing thumbs? Was this the room that I didn't want to drop down into? Wahaha. Onto the spikes. See, I remember some of these, despite not having played the demo in months. And as I said, I don't have my map open. I don't know what this was, though. Is this just stuff? That is just stuff. Don't know if there was a way of getting the red spikes out of the way. Okay, you gonna do anything? I kind of feel like I want to play this a bit like Neo with its key pulse. Yeah, on the force meter. So I get it to the bottom and then hit R1 to build it back up. What is that up there? Oh, that's just a hidden thing that I need the spike for. Unfortunately, don't have one of them knocking around. This guy's got a hunt point. Oh dear. Get wrecked. I pressed all the wrong buttons there. Have I learned... No. Right, we did unlock. Shortcut. Oh, I've got myself into a terribly sticky situation. Nice. Thief. And that is a secret wall from the other side. Don't remember whether I got over there in the previous build of the game. Realistically, I shouldn't be exploring. What I should be doing is getting to the beats that are new. Because that's kind of what I wanted to see. These were the... Oh, there's a thing there. These were the enemies that messed me up in the previous demo because they were where the rage mechanic came in. Stag a lot, those. Was this... Can't remember whether that was the section that I wanted to get rid of the spikes. Oh god, many friends. Shit. Well, while we're here... We'll grab that. I just like flicking those around. Yeah, so that does a lot more damage if it's buffed by force. I can't actually remember whether this is the way that we need to go. I kind of feel like it's not. Ah, finger assimilated. Oh, I've used up on my... That is an AoE. Wahaha. Yoink. 50 fragments gained. Too early. Demajen, you suck. Tell you what, it's really nice being able to grab a ledge and pull yourself up without worrying about contact damage. Enemies just going to knock you back all the time. Kratosvania. Oh, this is a shortcut. Interesting. Oh my god. I thought, oh, I'll parry that. That'll be fine. No, you suck. Right. We opened up a route up there over the top, but I think this is the... Oh no, I remember that. I just want to try and get to the new place for now. Right, this is where we died. do like the lighting. Yoink. Upgrade material for our weapons. The purple goo. Was this the end of the demo? Or was this a boss? No, this was the end of the demo, wasn't it? I don't remember him being in the demo. Mudfalls. Right, there should be a save point down here and on the left. Don't ask me how I know that. Ahem. Right. We've got some talent points. I'm actually going to put a point in each of those because I feel like they're kind of useful. Oh, you're just to show me that there's a secret floor there, which I already know about. Again, don't ask me how I know. Does this do more damage if I do it with... $35 fragments gains. Obviously this works better with a big smashy hammer. Oh. Interesting. Don't know if I can destroy that or not. I assume there will be a way of getting through that. Oh, I could... Hold on. Can we actually destroy it? Wait, I thought these were ranged. Oh, they're only ranged when you're on the ground. And they're not long enough ranged for that. Okay, well, there's a thing down there. I don't recall the what's it being there, the bursty thing, but as I said, it's been a while. I knew that was there because I found it earlier. I also know that the furthest you could go in the demo before breaking things was around here. These guys weren't here in the first build. Well, I mean, there might have been. Yeah, this is actually further than you can get. The game would... Uh-oh. I love that you can stagger enemies out of their attacks. Oh yeah, we've got no map of this area. No, come back. Yeah, so this is all new to me in the sense that I've not experienced any of this in any way, shape or form. You just couldn't get to it. Hello. Forlorn half-maid. Huh. Well, look at you. A real piece of work. I dare say you're the most right proper smithed around here. A quaint thing among us, pitiful half-maids. Forgive my bad manners. I'd stand and offer your pristine figure a most gracious bow, but you see, my limbs, they've gone quite breathless. Darn things are practically worthless now. Might as well hand them over to the faceless for some scraps of breath. Maybe get a few shifts of clarity. What is breathless? To ask such a question, truly, you must either mock me or have lived a most sheltered existence. To lose all breath and become breathless is to become no different from the very ground. It's what I'll be soon. Just another whole riddle statue decorating the scenery. Oh, I asked a question, I didn't even see what it was. What a fine question, whatever it was. Where are we indeed? I remember a beautiful glimmering castle high up, filled with the most lovely works of art. But where is it now? It was just here, wasn't it? Did you see it? I just got here. Of course. How puzzling. Who are you? Who knows anymore? Perhaps I washed up here from Starmile when Palladium fell. Did it fall? Forgive me. My memory is not what it used to be. The rusting mud is weak here. It merely suckles at our breath. But left in it for as long as we have, and... well, an existence such as the one I had. Probably best to forget all about it anyway. Food shouldn't talk this much. Would you like me to remember you? I will not last much longer. Any kindness is wasted on me now. Besides, what is there to remember? I myself barely managed to. We just met. You're surprised when I consume you? This moment? Heh. So even an ugly work, a half-made one, can be worthy of a memory, like any other piece of art. Yeah, I'd like that. Better than just fade into the sludge. Better than to be forgotten. Absorb? Sorry, that was a really disgusting sound. Elevator is inactive. Sorry, that's an elevator then. Where is my map? Oh, that's... I see you, arm. Yoink. Ooh, 100 fragments that I don't know what I'm using. Oh no, wait, fragments is our XP, isn't it? Yeah, bottom right hand corner. So we fill up an XP bar until it gets to a point, and then we spend that point on levelling up. But if we die, we lose everything except the points that we've banked. Huh. Where's Jan? Danger ahead. Stop. Demajen ignores completely. Right, this is the way that we came. Yeah. See, this, Mio, Memories in Orbit, is how you do a breadcrumb trail. None of this, oh, we just show you where you entered the darkness and a little bit of wispiness around there, but then we don't actually give you any kind of direction whatsoever. This is how you do this. To aid in navigation. Ooh, I thought there might have been something like that. This background is cool. Hello. There. Fine, good job. You half-maids have me surrounded. Now what? Cracks. Broken. Pain. Look, well done on lumbering all the way over here to introduce yourselves. But I would appreciate it even more if you could just lumber right back into the rusting mud and die in it. Give breath. 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 What breath? You chased me down here just fine, so you're not blind. Oh, you see, I ain't got no frail damned alveoli on me. Alveoli? Not to be confused with ravioli, which is a pasta dish. Alveoli are the... Are they the tiny bits at the end of the bronchioles in your lungs? It's been a while since I've taught biology. Oh, breath. My breath? Ew. Don't you know used breath is bad for you? Makes you all crazy. Wouldn't you rather it be just pathetic and ugly? Why add crazy to the already disgusting mix? Painful to move, cracks, breath fix. You don't say. Ah, you there. Thank Mara. Don't move. Stay right there. Yes, perfect. Hey, look over there. Someone that isn't slightly out of reach. Breath. Thank you very much, stranger. Mara's blessing on you and all that. Yoink. Or yeet, or whoop, or... And... Oof. Ooh, what do you do? You've got a weird plus sign buff over your head. What does that do? No! Ah! Oh. Yes, can roll through. Homing droplet upgrade. We're not getting back up there, so I guess we're going down. Oh, I like the fact that their attack was built into their getting up movement. It adds that sense of smooth lumberingness. Busted half-made assimilated. Nice. Oh, that's sneaky. Oh. There's a shiny thing down there. Oh, that's a hole. Oh, it's a pull platform. Oh, you... Oh, okay. I'm gonna cock that up royally. So that's our way of getting back out. Pretty lighty. Oh. Oh, that's a bit of a sudden shift. Hold on, I see you there. A little nuke. Aha! Give map. Oh, I've still got the controller thing on. Sorry. Let's get rid of that. I normally only leave that on for specific things. Oh, I should probably see whether there's a save point around here. Fatal danger ahead. Curse of fatal death. That's just linking us back up to where we've already been. Huh. It's difficult to tell how those link up when I've got the icon in the way. Yeah, see, they don't seem to. But that was a drop down to elsewhere. What did that do? Ooh.
Vote.
Stop right there, Smith.
Demajen.
I'll just step closer. We talk from this distance. Got it? Good. You are not too addled to understand a threat. A rare treat in these parts.
Okay.
Then you were more than capable of understanding my warning signs on the way here. So, seeing as how you've ignored them, what is it exactly that you're doing out here? Not just anyone could break through my barrier. What is breath?
Jesper.
Acting addled her. I wasn't made a shift to go smithed. You are deep into a dangerous area crawling with half-maids and you won't even attempt to give an excuse. Fine, have it your way. Uh-oh. Now, let's have a closer look at you. Huh. Now that I have a better look, you don't look all that bad. Well made, even. Nice looking arms, fairly proportional overall. Clearly someone knew what they were doing when they made you. Huh. Good artist isn't something most Smiths were fortunate enough to have. So definitely not just another poor helpless Smith, discarded like those half-mates. No, you were sent here, weren't you? What is a Smith? I've had quite enough games from you. Who sent you? Were you a follower of Lahav? Shemay? Or is that rusting frail your dad? I don't know any of them. Funny. Look, I'm getting real tired of this performance, Smith. You know, something is off about you. Off in a very familiar way. A bad kind of familiar. So you have one last chance. I want you to think very, very carefully about the next answer you give me. What do you know about Goal? I'll rip them apart piece by piece, saving the taste of every individual limb. I was just born. Mansell, why is it taking so long? Oh, Muck, it's you. Muck, haha. I gather you know each other. Oh, for sure. We're big old friends, both of us, right? Yes, friends. See, Mansell? No reason to be so harsh on them. To them. The truth. Alright, fine. So maybe I took a little advantage of them. When I was surrounded by a bunch of half-mates. You left them to deal with your ambush. I guess. So anyway, maybe I owe this one a bit of a favour or something for involuntarily helping me out. Not vaporising them for trespassing will probably suffice. Oh, I believe I have a better idea. Smith, you and I are going to make a deal. Mutually beneficial, don't worry. Come inside. I won't cause you further harm, now that I know that you're Ver's friend. And a potentially useful one at that. No! Damn you, Cloverbite! Damn you and your barriers and your game not being out for another 40 days. Slightly less than 40 days. But there is yet more to this demo, for there are places over here that I did not explore. Yeah. Is the fall damage in this? I can't remember. Fine. Well, we're not getting up there, are we? That's not what I meant to do. But hey. We're at full health there. Ooh, that was possibly a little bit too close to put me back. Huh. Oh, hello. Oh, not friend. He spin? Oh, he keeps spinning. Ow. Fail! You play a Demajen who is full of fail. Where was that? Oh, we hadn't found another save point, had we? Yeah, we are getting some... Oh, hello there. Let's have some stats on for a little while. See if I can get some performance metrics. Huh. Yeah, there is a slight lurching feeling at times. Sometimes it's not noticeable. For the record, 7950X Ryzen 9 processor. Not overclocked, I don't think. 4080 Super graphics card. 64 gigabytes of RAM. And terrible at video games, apparently. As if that's a surprise to anyone. I am running this at 4K. And that's possibly not the... I could try turning it down. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. 75 FPS is absolutely fine for me playing, but you can tell from the frame time graph that's just down there that we are getting some spiky bits. Oh, that's... It's a pity there's not a save point knocking around here. Oh. Depth traversal. So that's a doorway in and out. Oh yeah, you can see on the graph there that we've definitely got some issues. I'm wondering now, is this going to break? I may as well do this live on camera. So this is what I've got my settings at currently. If I don't think this will break the recording. So we've definitely got more frames. Oh, the desert. Yeah, you can feel the game lurching. Uh-oh, ow, oh, ow. Oh, I've got no heals left. Yoink. Forge littles? Oh, hello. No, shit. Oh, bollocks. I pressed entirely the wrong buttons. Oh, man. But hey, Forge littles. They thought an armor made of littles would protect them from the forged. It only made them angrier. Oh no, damage taken doubled. Pay attention to the stat bonus, Dema. I'm not putting that on. Let's put that on the cosmetic slot. As if I need things to be harder. I'm glad I read that. Dear. I don't think hidden down there, is there? No. Oh! I've walked past these guys like 4 times now and I'm still getting surprised by them. We just couldn't get up any further here, could we? Oh, no, we could. It's just that yeah. Yoink. Right, if we drop down into here. I love not having dash tied to stamina. That I like less. Oh. Oh. Jeez, that goes away. Is he supposed to do that? He walked into the barrier and killed himself. I'm absolutely fine if that is intentional, but if it's not, oh, another one of these. That's gonna maybe connect up. We can't do anything about these. That tickled me greatly. I mean, I was going to come back and fight him. Honest, I was. I think then we have... I think we've explored the bounds. Something incredibly satisfying about whacking enemies back into environmental obstacles that also damage you. It's something that actually I wish more games did. But of course you have to have the... Why does that lighting go weird there? Well, it is the 21st. No, it's not. It's now the 22nd because it's just gone past midnight. It was the 21st when I started playing. It's the 22nd of February today, as I record the end of this. And the game comes out on the 31st of March. Yes, there are some performance hiccupy things that needs addressing. And it may sound a little bit unfair to say, but I kind of expected those because, frankly, the first game was also not particularly well optimized. I mean, it was worse on the Steam Deck than basically everything else. It is a shame that it is built in Unity. I feel that Unreal Engine would probably do a better job of dealing with this kind of graphical style. But obviously, it still falls down to, well, what do the developers know how to use? You know, what are they comfortable with using? And if they don't know Unreal Engine, well, you know, plus I imagine this is being built on you know, everything that they learned from the first game and the many optimizations and so on and so forth that they made for that during the process of updating the game over three DLCs, was it? But yeah, it looks great. It's not as smooth as realistically it could do with being. But nevertheless, I can't wait to play the full game and to explore the ridiculousness of of this map. So realistically, this second demo has added in just this small area. Now, I'm not going to show you this, but if I just take a look at... Where's my GRIME II folder? There's my GRIME II folder. Okay, I have just been to the base map that I've been putting together for GRIME II and coloured in the extra bits that we have now been able to explore. Yeah, there's quite a lot more game. Yeah, there's quite a lot more game. Again, I'm not going to spoil it for you or for the devs who have been working hard on this, but yeah, spoilers, there's a lot more game. Do we have markers? Right, so that is the edge of the map as it goes up. Is that right? Is that roughly right? Or does it have a limiter? Can't zoom out any more than this. This is as far out as it goes. No, that is about right. Right, that's the top left corner. Yeah, that's about right. That's the bottom edge of the map. Yeah. Yeah. And then in terms of going right, this is where it's going to get a bit crazy. So that is the right edge of the map. As I said, it's going to be quite large. And I'm looking forward to it. I imagine there will probably be a full playthrough on the channel at some point. There have been a lot of people asking me about mapping this one. My map for GRIME, the original, has been and continues to be ridiculously popular and or helpful. So my focus is going to be on mapping rather than getting a playthrough out on YouTube. I'll probably put a couple of videos up and then I'll just focus on mapping until I'm done. It is a big game and it is going to take me a long time. So if you are excited for this game, like I am, but really you'd rather have one of my map guides to help you navigate it, I think I might have said this in a previous video, or maybe I was just saying this to people in Discord. I am a little bit intimidated by how much time I think this one is going to take to do. I'm going to enjoy it, I hope. But it is a Soulsvania, which means that, to the best of my knowledge, that there's no percentage trackers or anything like that. There's going to be hidden nooks and stuff that I will miss, etc., etc., etc. The very nature of the map that I can see, it's quite different to how it is displayed in game. So I have to try and figure out in some cases, is this a room or is this a bit where various rectangular meshes have overlapped and so on and so forth. So just from a technical standpoint, from my point of view, if you are waiting for or will be waiting for a map of GRIME II, Is it going to happen? Almost certainly. Is it going to be quick? No. And that is not a criticism. I'm looking forward to doing it. I just know it is going to take me a good chunk of time, and I worry that, and this is purely a personal thing, I worry that people are going to be to not be understanding. You know, even with smaller maps that I have made, I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, this can't have taken you very long. Surely it's just taking some screenshots and making notes." And I have to admit, the more of those comments I hear, the more frustrated I become. Because whilst making a map of a game is not hard, doesn't matter what game it is, putting together a map isn't actually hard. Completing the game and finding where everything is, yeah, that can be more challenging, but putting a map together once you've found all those things, it's not hard, it's just incredibly time consuming. And people don't seem to understand just how much effort it takes to put together a guide for a game. Especially not the way I do it. Are there easier ways? And I'm sorry to turn this into a little bit of a kind of thing about map making and cartography in the end, but let's be honest, most of you who watch my videos do so because you know me from the map guides that I make. Putting together a map guide for a game that is sizable takes a long time. You know, 96 hours for my Silksong map. And I've still had people saying, "Oh, no, that's bullshit. It never took you anywhere near that long." It's like, I literally timed it. I installed a timer app on my computer before I started it. 96 hours. No, that wasn't for Silksong. Silksong I actually made physical notes, didn't I? What was the one that I did that I installed the time tracker for? It's the tracker app that I installed is called Toggle, Toggl, and it basically tracks automatically what I've got open and when. It's arguably quite invasive in that way, but one of the wonderful things that it does is that it's got a website link to it, so I can click on the projects that I've got organised, and I can see that my God of War map took 46.34 hours of time. My Katama and Academy Citadel map, 50.32 hours. My map for Mio, 31.47 hours. My map for the Last Faith DLC, 13.07 hours. And so on and so forth. I've also been tracking how much time I've spent on YouTube stuff recently. Or how much time I've spent on my websites. Or how much time it took me to put my retrospective video together, which was 22.18 hours, if anybody's vaguely interested. So it's been really useful for tracking, you know, how much time it takes to do stuff. And I will continue to use it. I've already started using it for the bits for the GRIME stuff that I've done recently, though that doesn't count any of the stuff that I did for the first demo map, because that was months ago and I hadn't installed it then. Time is money, folks. And the expectation that 96 hours of my time creates a map that people want to use is great. But the fact that I should just give away that amount of time, it's like, one of the comparisons that I saw somebody making was that, "Oh, Demajen, you want us to pay £3 for a map for a video game?" I said, well, there are plenty of interactive maps out there, but they make their money other ways. First of all, they've usually got more than the one person working on them, so it doesn't take them anywhere near as much time as it takes me, because I do everything on my own. But more importantly, how do interactive maps make money? They have paid services like tracking things, which is usually a subscription for like £5 or £12 or whatever a month, or a yearly subscription. And quite often they've got adverts on them. one of the things that I would hope that people have noticed about my website is that there are no adverts on it. Not even an advert for my coffee.com page. Realistically, there's a link to it for some of the maps, but there's no adverts. But people are going to moan. Anyway, I've gone off on one. Clearly, I needed to get that out. This thing flying around in the background is super cool, and I hope it's a boss. Or I hope we get to ride on it for a section. GRIME II. Looking forward to this. Hopefully they can get some of the performance issues ironed out. As I said, this is now down at 1440p. And it still looks great to me. I don't need everything to be super amazing textures and so on and so forth, or super high resolution. And I have, as some of you have noticed, been recording a lot more videos at 1080p and 1440p, just because my internet is shit, and getting stuff uploaded at 4K just takes forever. And so many of the videos that I put out are kind of time sensitive, that realistically uploading everything in 4K is a waste of time. If I can get fibre at some points, then I'd be much more likely to upload stuff in 4K, but it's just not available in my area right now. Anyway, that's been a look at the GRIME II second or updated demo, plus kind of a weird life update / rant thing at the end. Well done if you stuck it through this long. If you've got any thoughts on anything that I've said about maps and so on and so forth, leave those below. If you have got any thoughts on the actual playing of the game bit that I did before I started Soapboxing, also please let me know down below. This is a game that I feel like I want to talk about, because the original GRIME is one of my favourite games. Not just my favourite metroidvanias, one of my favourite games. It's up there with games like Bloodborne for me as a game with such distinctive world building. And of course it does help that Alex Rowe's music reminds me very much of Bloodborne and continues to be great. I don't know whether the other chaps that worked on it are back for this as well, Sean Secker and so on and so forth. But yeah, GRIME II. I'm looking forward to it. I will be putting out content for it. It will be on my website. It will not be on Steam. And I'm only saying that because the GRIME stuff on Steam was very popular. But of course, as many people know, the GRIME stuff was also some of the most heavily ripped from Steam stuff that I ever did. And it was ripped from Steam, put on all of those tips websites which are covered in adverts, and then I ended up getting a load of emails from people, because obviously it was quite easy to find me based on those maps, and I was getting loads of comments like, why haven't you updated this map? This map's out of date. Why did you not see this here? It's like, if you're looking at the updated maps, it's all on there. But they were just looking at old versions of maps from those websites that just steal them and cover them in adverts. It's one of the reasons why I left Steam guides as an ecosystem. So yeah, GRIME II stuff coming soon. I'm so excited. I don't normally tell people that I'm excited about games, because then if I get excited about things, I can only ever be let down. That's my very cynical British point of view. But yeah, this has been my most anticipated Metroidvania for 2 years at this point. So yeah, more soon. Thanks for watching, folks. Thanks for spending the time listening to me rant if you've got this far. I'll catch you all in the next video, whatever that may be. Toodles! Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.